Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It is Tuesday, my favorite day of the week, and I completely forgot that I put my book over there, so I've been looking everywhere. It's here. It's already here. I put it on display, so all right then. How are we doing? Sorry I'm a little late. I realized that I am not going to be able to go to the grocery store after stream because and which was this episode eminent, yesterday after stream, I don't even remember lying down, let me put it like that, which is unheard of for me. I'm very tired. So I thought I need to go to the grocery store right now, but because I don't go outside anymore, and the working on the square, the town square, I didn't realize that the route that I thought was open now was closed. So that wasn't great. I had to take a different route, but I didn't know the new route yet. And of course, when you're already running late, you have a grocery check. If you use the self checkout, you have the chance that you get picked for a random check to see if you are paying for everything. Of course, I had that happening as well. So, it's just, I'm having one of those mornings. But it's okay. We'll just start a little later and roll over a little bit. What do you say? The book is a little silly, though. It's a library book as well, so I can't lose it. What are you guys doing? Thingy, hello. Are you putting yourself and Clarity in the corner? Why? Already? Are you busy? What's happening today? Hi, Krish. And good morning, Carmario. Well, Clarity, sort of. Almost. Almost first. Start as I mean to go on? What do you mean? What do you mean? Hello, Blue. Skulja! Good morning. If item is no longer inside vision, item no longer exists. But the thing is, it was in full display. Like I should. Well, technically, I can't see it from everywhere. Like from the places where I usually sit, it's not that visible. But I should have seen it. I really should have seen it. It's okay. I got my steps in, I guess. Where will I be starting? Page 49. I made it pretty far yesterday. So let's see how far I can go. I can get this year. Ooh, I also want to talk about Henry Henry. I started Henry as ebook. What does it say on Goodreads? Because I want to give a warning in case you have heard me talk about Henry Henry and are one of those people who like if Hosier. Oh, is that how you pronounce his name? I always doubt myself. It talks about a book that he's reading. I'm not even gonna check what it's about. I'm just gonna read it. I like that. I like having the feeling that I'm reading along with people I admire or look up to. Henry Henry is one of those books that I added because it was recommended by one of the booktubers that I usually am up to date on. And I think if you want to read Henry Henry by Alan Breton, please read the trigger warnings because let me see. Henry Henry is a queer reimagining of Shakespeare's Henriette, transposing the legend of Henry V's wayward youth into 21st century Britain in the years leading up to the Brexit referendum. Henry Henry follows Hal Lancaster, 22, gay Catholic, as he spends his first years out of Oxford floating between internships, drinking with his actor friends, struggling through awkward hookups, and occasionally going to confession to be absolved of his sins. When a grouse shooting accident, funny in retrospect, makes a romance out of Hal's rivalry with fumbling leftist family friend Harry Percy, Hal finds that he wants, for the first time, to be himself. But his father, Henry, is an Englishman. He will not let his son escape tradition. To save himself, Hal must reckon not only with grief and shame, but with the wounds of his family's past. So, this does not give away at all what is a pretty traumatizing subject. and is vital to this protagonist's story, which is what is alluded to, I guess. But nothing about this gives away what this is about. Henry by Alan Bratton. So if you've heard me mention it and thought I have this on my TBR, I want to read along because I'm reading this in the evening. Because I can turn off my lights and have a dark screen. This is I usually end the day with an ebook, but please read the trigger warnings for this one because it does sound very interesting, Skolja, and it's truly fascinating. But there's a subject in here that you need to be warned about, and I don't want to give away if you don't care about trigger warnings. But that's one of those that I fear is quite handy to know beforehand, because it was so shocking that I couldn't even compute at first, and I had to quack / Google it because I thought, really, is this happening? Yes, it is happening, and it's pretty much the biggest subject of the entire book. So please be warned that there's an extremely heavy subject that is so important in this book. It's not going to be skimmed over. Henry, I am fascinated. I think it's I mean, I'm already at 71%, so I'm kind of flying through it. But it's not an easy read. It's not exactly bedtime fodder. I would have liked to know, and I probably wouldn't have read it before bed. But it was between Henry and the Lion Woman of Tehran, and I'm pretty sure that the Lion Woman of Tehran is going to be heartbreaking in a completely different way. And I thought Henry would be a little bit more innocent, but it's not. Yeah, Lulu, I mean, I am fascinated by it, and it's not like I wouldn't have read it if I had known. It's just that I would have liked to be warned before I chose to read this as a so-called bedtime story, because it's the last thing I pick up before I go to sleep. So I want to warn you, because I truly am one of those people. If like an artist or a musician even shows a book, doesn't even talk about it. If I notice a book in the background or a side table, I'm on it, because I like that. I like reading along with other people. I didn't grow up with people who read the same books, and that is how I get a feeling of reading along with other people. This is also how I got to read A Little Life. I still have to have a word with the person who recommended it to me, because what the hell? I read that before all the videos of people reading A Little Life in public. Don't read that without reading the trigger warnings, and don't read it in public. You don't want to read that book in public. Don't do it. Just make sure that you can cry very ugly. Has that author published anything new? Because there was a controversy around as well. You have a nice... Wait. It's okay, exactly. It couldn't have happened any other way. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. I hope for you you have a nice food for today and not just frozen me? Actually, that reminds me. Thank you, Skolja. I need to take something out of the freezer. Otherwise, I won't be able to make dinner later. I am going to make something with rice today, and tomorrow I will make pita myself. I'm waiting for lunch for half an hour or so, and I thought I'd also read with you that water one. You're gonna read Open Water? Oh my god, I'm so excited, Lulu. Seriously? Oh, that ended a little bit poorly, but I hope she's doing okay. Last time I spoke with her an hour or so ago, she was still waiting for her operation, but she had just been hooked to something, so perhaps they came to get her after. I didn't know, Lulu. Do you know how long you'll have to wait? Open Water is a good way to occupy your mind. It's a good choice. Yeah, it's a rather severe situation. She'll be better and back to just the walking disabilities. We have to wait for the moment. Thank you for your kind words. We're here for you, Lulu. It's so complicated. I am loving it, but I have morbid curiosity, so you know, and I am able to compartmentalize the subject. The book was so triggery and ended up in the freezer. Almost, almost. I also don't know what the Lion Woman of Tehran is about actually. So shall we find out what that one is about? No clue since our hospital surgery rooms are shared by the services, so it's a case of who's most urgent that goes in. I hate that, Lulu. I hate that. Um, but you've got a good book to at least hold in your hands, and even if you end up just skimming and not getting it in your head, I'm glad you chose a book. That's a good way to occupy your mind. It's way better than doom scrolling, I would say. I mean, um, yeah, better not allow yourself to get into spheres that you don't want to be in. Better to control what you're doing with your brain. Oh my God, Blue! I almost missed your 65 streak. Thank you so much. Oh my God, it's going wild. The numbers keep on climbing. You know, when you're listening to people talk about trigger warnings and you're sitting there being like, oh, I'm so desensitized. I should probably talk to my therapist about that, huh? Relationship with me is me. I'm the one expecting this. Nah, I don't think it's necessarily being desensitized. I hate that word. I have to see it before I can't say it out loud without seeing it. Anyway, you know what I mean. I haven't been able to. There's so many subjects in my brain that I can't bring a conclusion to any of them. But I guess what my brain is trying to find words for is that there's a difference between not feeling, but still engaging, still caring, and complete apathy and disengagement. While not ideal, not being triggered by bad things, while still being able to care and engaging, and thus maybe spreading important information to the people who might be able to actually do something about it. There's a difference. Does it make sense? I hope I can one day find a better way to explain that, because I worry about the overuse of the word desensitized. God dang it. Oh, so I'm trying to still come to Twitch, listen to music. I know my GAD had already started to spiral into actions last yesterday, so I use become very intermingled. So I took a step back. Yeah, that's a good idea. Stepping away is always preferable over getting triggered and overwhelmed. Does it really? Otherwise, I mean, I do need to think about it a little bit more because I think it's important. Um, Especially since I've started to understand that the level of education is really, really worrisome, isn't it? And people's inability to maintain a thought in a conversation, uh, which I've been observing um in comment sections, which is not necessarily a great way to observe human behavior, except it is because a lot of people behave or act behind anonymous accounts or burner accounts. So they're probably a lot more honest than they would if they had been acting on their own name. And it seems like people genuinely can't hold a conversation that is longer than four sentences. And with which I mean to say that if you combine that with if you tell someone that they are numb to something long enough, eventually they'll start believing it because that's just human nature. We're social creatures. We tend to follow the herd. Nothing wrong with that. If we have a good herder, or what is it? That's not the word. Shepherd. If we have a good shepherd, oh God, that's just real into almost religious. I don't mean it to. Um, So the word desensitized is being thrown around so much, and without explanation. And if you don't explain it and also allow people to be that without complete disconnection, I don't know. Hello, silly mess. How are you doing? Yeah, especially since many people are just jumping to their AI tools instead of doing their own research and whole thoughts. It's that is a whole other subject, isn't it? I saw a video of a woman explaining that the reason it's still free now is because they're making people dependent on it, and it seems to be true. It seems to be true. It's really insane how I have witnessed people asking for their own opinion from some kind of AI. I don't know what they're using. I don't. What do you mean? You're asking your phone what your opinion? It's your opinion, not. What's happening? So, pick up a book, people. Whatever it is. I really don't care what kind of book it is. It can be a comic, manga, or a little life, anything in between. Read a book. Choose your own adventure. You do have that power. It's all connected. It's all connected, Lolo. It's all connected. Hi, Kairos. How are you doing? I'm doing quite rough, but I'm thinking managing it well enough. How are you, as my fellow chatters? We're hanging on, silly. We're hanging on. And I will be reading the book that I lost, but was not actually lost. A Small Worlds by Caleb Azumah Nelson. What about you? Are you joining? We're going to do 2 sprints and a power hour. So at the hour, depending on your time zone, because I realize that there's time zones that have half hours, which is why. Stop it. It's confusing. On the hour, we're going to start a sprint, which means that for 30 minutes, I will be quiet and muted so you can turn on your own music, or maybe you are able to focus a little bit better with quiet or some, I don't know, rain and thunder, whatever it is. I won't be distracting you. We can focus on our own task. I recommend reading to train your focus because it's enjoyable. You learn a lot, and it doesn't waste energy. I don't know. There's just only advantages of reading a book. I would say. I worry about that too, but I feel like a lot of it is down to external pressure, mainly from existing people, not necessarily from their lack of knowledge. They just can't process in any other way. My numbness is definitely a coping mechanism. Please don't compare that experience. No, it definitely, and I think that being and that's what desensitized is as well. It's a coping mechanism, and I think as long as you don't completely disengage and forget that you can care about a lot of things at once, you don't have to not care about awful things happening without giving up on. I'm sorry, I'm distracted. There's a puppy. Uh-oh. Is it coming this way? Oh, it's such a good boy. It's doing tricks. Oh no, I'm distracted. Oh no. What was it saying? What was it saying? Being numb and apathetic is not necessarily a bad thing as long as you don't completely disengage. Does it make sense? And of course we need to do whatever it is that we need to do to survive. But I think sometimes we're being given a cop out. Oh no, is it coming this way? I lost track of it. Oh, Kairos, I don't have that kind of friends. So I've never either of that. I'm also not very good at turn-based games. I'm too impatient. Ursula K. Le Guin. I read one book of theirs last year for a book club. It was fascinating, so ahead of her time. Their time? I don't know for sure. Here it is. Very underrated. Very underrated. Have hours due to past local media. Oh, can we get rid of summertime and stuff? Oh sure, Carols. But I really have a limited battery just in general, and my social battery is pretty much non-existent lately. Uh, so I don't think I listen. I can't make any promises anymore. I'm surprised that I'm able to keep up stream on a semi-regular basis because stupid body. I've been in too much pain. I've been in too much pain, and I can't predict when an episode will be too bad. So, like seeing family, I feel really bad about not being able to go see family. uh, Unfortunately, I'm chronically ill, so and it's progressive, so it's just getting worse. And I've reached that point again where I haven't made promises to people in a long time, so I forget that why I don't. So I have some making up to do again because I said I would be going to family, and I couldn't. I couldn't. So if you find the cure for endometriosis, let me know in Kairos. Then I'll be able to. But I'm afraid that it's just gonna get worse and worse until then. I only read the first Earthsea trilogy, a book Rose's cousin found and offered us, and an edition that came before Ursula continued the story. Oh my god! So it's like special. Sculpture. I wanted to. I think it was so small that I just couldn't see it behind the reeds. It's puppy time. There's two puppies that I know of that come by at least 3 times a day, and it's so distracting. Happy Tuesday, Carmadio. Is the puppy distribution system in operation there? Ah, it seems to be blue because and there's baby goats and baby sheep and there's baby horses all within my eyesight when I sit here. So there's so much distraction going on. So you should be proud that I read 49 pages yesterday. Well, 48. I'm gonna start at 49 today. I am proud. I got some reading done. And quite a lot of Henry after my first sleep of the day. I also will finish The Conspiracy Against the Human Race at some point, and also The Sexual Politics of Meat, almost done. But it's just a struggle to read the books that I was reading in April. Um, and I should probably get some non-information books on here as well because it seems like I only have informational books after this email ebooks at least. Radium Girls. Eve, how the female body drove 200 million years of human evolution. Has anyone read that? It's quite big. It's about 800 pages. Not yet, Blue, not yet, because I got lost in research. I realized that I am not familiar with any of the symbolism. So I started to look into the symbolism. And I enjoyed the research a little bit too much, so I kind of forgot why I started doing the research. And this is why I'm... Okay, this weekend I'm planning on uploading a video on YouTube that in which I'm gonna explain a little bit what's been going on in my life. Not in detail. I'll just refer to VOD where I talk about the assault. But the books that I've been reading, why I haven't been able to read what I haven't been able to read, why it's taking so long to get going with the Hermit Road Trip. There's just things that I couldn't have known about the Hermit Road trip before actually starting it. Like, I know that I love doing research, but I had no clue that I would be so unable to stop it, to so unable to stop looking into things that I want to know about. So, for example, I have fallen into a void of how Denmark has been. Well, it's called. This article is called Denmark's Experiment on Inuit Children: A Painful Legacy of Forced Assimilation, which is about the taking away of and forced sterilization of the Inuit women of Greenland. Um, And that also got me sidetracked into the fact that they have done this to, and I forget the name of the some of the indigenous people of Sweden, because I know of the Sami, but it appears that there's another group of indigenous people that are local to Sweden that I really didn't actually had never heard of. So you see my problem. um, and when it comes to the Stephen King book that I actually started, I am unsure how I'm going to deal with that. I feel like I should start over because I tried to look back the footage, and the footage is from I had already started working on the video. I was trying to make it like a vlog style or something, so I really put a lot of effort in it. The problem is I started working on that before I got assaulted in the forest. So there's footage of me and Winnie before we got traumatized. I don't think I want to work with that video. So this week I'm going to film a bit of I guess it was going to happen anyway at some point, but I guess I'm going to make an actual kind of vlog video and talk about what has been going on, even though it's supposed to be a reading channel. I know it was going to happen anyway. I was gonna make vlogs at some point. I might as well just get it over with. But yeah, Tsengi, it's oh, my curiosity. I swear, there's no end to it, and I need to make videos at some point. The goal of it isn't just to satisfy my brain, but also I kind of need to make this a permanent job, all of this. So it's a bit of a problem, and I'm learning a lot about myself. It's just there's some pain laced through it as well. So, but we'll figure it out. No, it was something else, Carlos. Something with TA at the beginning. I want to make an emoji of you tapping your cat spot. I've wanted one since forever. I don't know how to. I don't know how to make emojis. I wish I did. See? Oh, I should have taken that away. Yeah, her face is priceless. She's asking for attention. Lying on her back, showing her tummy that I'm not allowed to touch. Tease. Tease! The eternal quest of deep dives into it's horrible. Like, Wikipedia is actual torture for me. It's too clear that I will never be able to know everything. One door leads to another door, which leads to another door. I've stumbled into a labyrinth like that before. Oh, it's endless blue. And I'm so grateful. It's just, I'm so sorry that I'm not making progress and that you're not seeing any results. I'm learning a lot and I'm accumulating a lot of information, but with the folklore, the Eskimo folklore, which I know is not, you shouldn't say that anymore, but that's just, it's just the title of that book. I need to find a way to contain the information. That was already going to be a struggle with the Stephen King book about the assassination of Kennedy, because I stumbled upon the Fred Hampton and everything that hinges on his legacy. But the Inuit, that is just, it's too beautiful. There's too much and all the symbolism. And I am not ready to make 8-hour-long videos for YouTube. Okay, I need to contain myself. I need to calm the frick down. So we're gonna read, or at least I am. You would do that, Kairos? That would be sweet. I would love that. I don't know how to. I'm a really bad streamer. So sorry. I prefer longer videos, Lulu. So you don't understand. I have so much information about the Inuit now, and so many I can't be doing this. Hi Storm. Belgians made French fries, and they got the name from America. We're one soldiers. Okay, good to have that figured out. All of them? But what about the chips that they have in the UK? Huh? Hi, Storm. You're just in time. You're just in time for the first print. I will be reading something that is not going to put me. Baby birds. I'm gonna shut up. Good luck. I can't move. Go, go, go. I'll mute myself the moment they leave. I can't move. I'm sorry. He brought a friend. There's a new baby. Oh, he saw me. He didn't like me. The other one isn't scared, but oh, okay, he left. Okay, I'm sorry. Good luck. I'll see you in 29 minutes. Last moments. Welcome back. Oh, just changed her mind. I am an enabler. It's a bit of a problem. It truly is a bit of a problem. She does like to be spanked at all times. Morning, evening, middle of the night. And she will get angry if I don't do it the right way. This is why, even though Bo was my first cat and I called her my princess, Tuz is definitely a queen because not only does she not blink very aggressively, she demands to be spanked. I don't know. I don't know. Winston doesn't like it at all. I tried. He gets confused, which is also adorable, but not exactly the same result. She's really into it. I don't know, man. I really don't know. Uh, I'm glad that the internet is a thing because otherwise I really would be worried. But I know that there's more cats who enjoy it, so I guess it's not just her. Hi, Dangerbeth. How are you doing today? Also, before I forget, hello, Goff and Cool Killer, and it's Blank. Thank you so much for the follows. Welcome in. I hope you're having a good day. And if not, that's okay too. Ali, 5 stream streak. Let's go. I went to see Mortal Kombat 2 yesterday. I didn't like it. I felt it. I felt it too fast. I felt it too fast. What do you mean? I mean, a lot of cats like it, Ali, and she just gets zoomies when I do it. Usually, her zoomies are just weird. Weird. She's weird. Okay, she's weird. Oh, and also, thank you for the reminder about Fiverr. I completely forgot that's a thing. Who I saw. Hi, Loop. How are you doing today? Like, she's so quiet about it. I don't know how to explain. When she has zoomies, it's like the most polite zoomies you'll ever see. She's very even when she was a little bit rounder, she was just very quiet about it. I don't know. I don't know. Hi, Dylan. Greetings from America. Happy Tuesday. Hope everyone is doing well. We're surviving. We're here, and that's the most important thing. Oh, the movie was too fast. Oh, right. I don't think I have seen the first one. Isn't that a game? Is that based on a game? Like an old school, very old school game, Dangerbath? I feel like. Oh, or am I thinking of Tekken? Is that even a name? Oh no. Oh no. I got my ghosts from Fiverr. Yeah, I completely forgot. I'm not kidding though. I don't really have a budget at the moment, which is okay. Luckily, I don't want for much, but I do feel like I'm a bad streamer. I'm a bad streamer. Don't have a setup. I just have Susan. I just have Susan and a cat that wants to be spanked. How's Jerry? I'm here. I'm here. And I got a lot of sleep. I really think I'm onto something, guys. I think the biphasal or whatever the name is. I think that maybe the solution for me once the summer out of the day hours become triggering for me. Once the daylight hours are just too much, I think it's really better for me to just sleep in to sets. How do I say this? How do I put this into words? So after stream, it took me about an hour to actually lie down. I do have to give the cats attention and stuff. And then I slept until 10, and by 3 I was back in bed, and then I woke up at 9. I slept so many hours, and I really need it. I really need it. I'm trying to that uh keep an eye on my sleep a little better. The thing is, I was very much constraining myself into I don't know, just certain rules that really shouldn't apply to someone who is chronically ill. But I think that is a bit of a friction point between having autism and being chronically ill without anyone who is there to pick up the slack, right? My laundry isn't going to stop. I still have to do my daily chores, and I still have to do my dishes and make dinner, regardless of whether I have a bad episode that makes me physically unable to stand up straight. And it's already a little bit hard to accept that you're chronically ill and that you are losing your ability to do things like you used to because it's progressive. So that is already a mental struggle. Constantly being reminded, all right, I have to cut back on this. I can't promise anything anymore to people. I can't say I'll be coming over next week because I don't know when I'll be in a pain episode, and that is also debilitating in a depressing way. And the newest thing that I've been working on really is that I also put a lot of rules on um, the schedule that are really stupid and just not feasible when you're chronically ill. Yeah, Ellie, naps are good, not bad, but I feel so like reading. I feel guilty about reading during the day. This is the CPTSD talking mostly, but um, because the autism feels comforted by routine and predictability and CPTSD as well. I was clinging very hard to those components of my life without realizing that I need to make room for the fact that I'm chronically ill. And it has gone to the point that I can't go around it. I need to put that first. And I guess stepping away from a regular sleeping schedule, even though I've known for years and years that I really don't function during summer, I might be able to push through it, but I'm very unhappy, very tired, and by the end of summer, all I want to do is cry, you know? Right? So I think um, I've started to break down some silly societal rules that don't make sense for someone that is chronically ill. Like having two sleeps a day, because it's not really a nap. It's not really a nap. I fully sleep 3 to 4 hours, and then again in the early morning hours. And well, I'm a little bit stressed about how other people might see that. I mean, this is the Netherlands. People are aware of when people open their curtains and whether they keep them closed for the entire day. And now it's so painfully obvious that I'm not waking up at 5. I feel anxiety for no good reason. Who cares? I don't care about my probably mentally unhinged neighbor who mows the parking lot. Like, what do I care? But yeah, it's really silly and it's fascinating. But also, what do we do to ourselves? It's really silly. Handling life curve was brilliantly, Jerry. The proof is in your presence. I mean, I'm doing my best, wisdom. You wouldn't believe how angry I am at myself, and it's really silly. And I'm trying really hard to work on it, and I hope I can give an example for people who feel the same. Like, um, hi Tadeo, I did see you. Hi, California. Oh my gosh. Uh, it is from the video game. Oh, I did not. I am. See the things that come out of my brain loop. I don't even know. Cats, you're distracting me. I'm trying to loop to string, not loop, string together thoughts. It's not going very well. Um, but yeah, I guess that's just life, right? Life is a constant learning and growing. I guess it's just with being mentally not fully healthy, um, and physically constantly having to adjust to being able to do less and less and less, uh, and not having anyone to help me through that. Right? There's no one who is observing me and explaining to me from an objective and loving viewpoint that um, I literally have a broken body. And I forget. It's stupid, but I forget. I forget that I have a legitimate reason to need a different way of life. Um, so I guess I have to stumble every once in a while to remind myself. But not now. Not now. No, I will be reading. Are you joining me or are you just keeping each other company in chat? Because either way, you are valid, you are important, you are safe here. Let's get to it. For the next 30 minutes, I will be muting myself so you can choose your own adventure and I can try my best to not be too loud, or at least you won't be hearing me. I'm going to shut up now. I'll see you in 30. Good luck. Last minute. I'm sorry, I didn't want to scare the birdie. Perfect. Perfect timing. All right. I think he left. Yes, he did. I'm sorry. It's one of the baby birdies. I feel like he's going to move in here. And I need to make sure he doesn't get scared of me. We're taking a 10-minute break and then we are going to do a power hour. The goal of which is try and practice flow, but more on that a little later. Okay. Storm, I'm sorry. Sorry. I have turned sharing links off in chat. But let's take a look. Let's take a look. So I'm not sure what it was. I just know that I had Swedish TV on in the background yesterday evening, and I heard Twitch, and it just went too fast. The news is a little bit too quick. My Swedish, I've been slacking quite badly for the last 2 months. So I need to get back to it, and I need to freshen up a little bit of the language. But I got so distracted because I saw police in police attire live streaming, and I thought it was the Swedish police, but I guess it's the Danish police. And it was on Twitch. Yeah. Um, did you find the poli Polizeionline-Patrouille? Is that what you found, Storm? I was looking a bit. But I didn't want to scare the birdie. All right, didn't want to scare the birdie, and the time was running out. But I couldn't move quickly enough to alert you to the end of the sprint. So I was looking as if I had to fart, but it was just me being difficult. Don't worry. And I'm just tired. I'm tired, Lulu. So I'm yawning. I'm trying to not yawn too much because then I know that it's contagious. Once someone starts yawning, other people start yawning too, and I don't want to trick you into thinking that you're tired. I am tired, or my body is tired, but it's fine. I don't have a difficult dinner to make, and as I said, I think the sleeping in the late afternoon is really going to do the trick. This is fascinating. What do they do? Do you know what they do, Storm? Why do I keep losing chat? It was on a like, what are they doing? They're actually on they live stream. Okay, so the Danish police is on Twitch. Why? I don't know because I don't know Danish. Wait, they streamed in Counter-Strike, in Fortnite, in League of Legends, in World of Warcraft? What? Wait, I need to. When? I'll share the link. I can share the link. So I don't recommend watching the news, but this is hilarious. Why are they? What are they actually stream games? Do we have anyone from Denmark here who can explain what is the point? I love it. It's not a judgment, but like I wouldn't understand what is happening. So we'll just take it slow. We'll just take it slow, wisdom. Or I have to say, I'm making progress. The cats are, as usual. It just takes a moment. It takes a moment to get into the flow of things, but pun not necessarily intended. And once Toulouse has had her spanks, I can make some progress. It does help that am familiar with the voice of this author. The most distracting thing about this book so far is that they talk a lot about food and good food, like actually good food. Oh, and now I want to make all of it. That's a bit distracting, but overall, I'm just enjoying it. I'm just enjoying it. It's just as lyrical. Maybe not as musical in the writing itself, but music does play an important role in the story, just like food. Uh, and it feels like the subject itself is just going to be a little bit more heavy. But I don't know. I am currently on page 69. I'm on page 69. So I'm making progress. We'll see how far we get in the power hour. I am so desperately trying not to yawn. Yawning and coughing seems to be contagious. One person yawns, then another starts yawning, and one person softly coughs, then another starts. Really? The coughing I never noticed. The yawning is a thing. I know. Um, didn't that something have? Isn't that because like in Stone Age times that meant that it was safe to sleep? Am I confusing my information? Uh, Usually when I sleep in the afternoon, I am disoriented when I wake up. I will be trying to figure out what type of day it is. Same, Dylan, but that's usually when I don't get enough sleep from the nap. So it's not really a nap anymore. I'm trying to split my sleep up into two sections. The second section being a little bit longer than the first, but I'm trying to figure out a way to make that work because I get really stressed about the amount of daylight that we have in summer. Actually upset, and I think if I find a good balance, like the amount of hours I have to figure out what works, but it has to be a minimum of 3, I think, in the afternoon, and then preferably 6 in the night. Um, it's just because it's that's an autism thing. I get very overwhelmed by bright light, and the summer has always been a struggle for me. I get really upset and I get meltdowns, not to be mistaken with tantrums, just actual meltdowns. I cry a lot. I just don't like it. And having the quiet of the night to live and work. I haven't, what's the word? No. I'm still getting used to it. Let me just put it like that. I'm still getting used to it. So I do wake up a little bit disoriented, and it takes a bit longer to get some work done. But I'm feeling already a little bit more regulated during the day because I know after stream, I'm going to close the curtains and I'm going to lie down and I'm going to sleep. And when I wake up, I will have a few hours, an hour or two of daylight and setting sun, which is also important with regulating your nervous system because the red light of the sunset helps you get the sleep hormones, right? Yes, just like the sunrise helps you wake up, the sunset helps you sleep. So by getting a few hours during the afternoon, I get some. I can cheat a few hours during the night, and I really feel like it's helping because I do feel less high strung for now. But we'll have to see. It's just the beginning of the season. And I know that this doesn't work for everyone, but I guess it's about time that I make the most of being stuck at home because I'm chronically ill. I don't know why I persisted. You can have all the summer, Clarity. You can have all the summer. I really don't like it. I, re- I don't. It's too bright. It's too bright. Or too many hours. Let me put it like that. I could deal probably if it just wasn't so many hours of extreme sunlight. I think the greatest seasonal daylight extremes of higher latitudes would be challenging to adapt to. You mean going to Sweden and in the summer? Because I thought that too. The thing about the summertime in a place like the north of Sweden is you have a perpetual twilight. It's not as if you have the sun at its highest point the entire day. And that is what upsets me when the sun is too high up for too long. A perpetual twilight is the dream. That's my favorite time of day, sunrise and sunset. If I could, so if that is what you mean, I don't know if that was what you mean. Uh, I nap a lot in the past few summers. I mean, naps are underrated, and we should normalize them. I think there's something to them. But we have to make it work for ourselves. And honestly, I feel like after 2020 we should have known better. We should have realized that office hours are really silly, and we would be a lot more productive if we were allowed to adjust our day schedules to what works best for us, not just for someone who is chronically ill. For everyone, we all have different clocks in our bodies, and we all function better during either the morning or the evening or whatever it is. And I think it's a shame that we have fallen back into this quote unquote neurotypical way of living. It doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, we're going into a power hour, the goal of which is to practice flow. Practice is the key word here. Because a full hour of flow, of focus, is really hard, and you need to train yourself. Right, today it makes sense, right? I thought as well that, oh my god, midsummer, that's horrible. No, actually it's beautiful. You should look it up. It's magic. Having 8 hours or 6 hours of twilight. But I'm getting distracted. I'm going to read. We're going to try and practice flow. I will be muting myself so you can listen to your own music, or maybe sit in silence, whatever it is. You do you, boo. As long as you don't hurt yourself or others, it's all good. So if you want to stay in chat, that is okay too. Keep each other company. Be nice. And I will see you in a little less than an hour. Good luck. Last minute. Welcome back. We made it. Oh gosh, Tooth is sitting at my feet, and I'm looking at one of the baby horses, one of the foals that has had. There, I don't know whether they're boys or girls or whatever they are. One of them is lying completely stretched out. Very cute. Oh my gosh, don't forget oh the puppies, the puppies. There's too many. There's so many puppies this year, and I hadn't seen the sausage, the beige sausage little wiener dog yet. That's a new one. It nearly killed me. I can't take it. I'm not good with cuteness. Okay, it makes me want to like squish it. Okay, let me unpin this because it's done. It's done. We made it. How did it go? Hi, Topi. Do I scream? I don't want to scream. Storm should have just turn on an alarm. What do you mean? How many people do we have here? 37? I'm not going to scream. I'm already loud. I'm loud enough. And if you need more sleep, that's probably for the best. My gosh, what a day. There's a lot of baby animals in my immediate area. I mean, there's ducklings, there's puppies, there's baby goats, and there's foals. I mean, depending on where I sit in my home, I can see a baby animal pretty much anytime, which is amazing. I gotta run. Thank you for the stream, sparkling conversation, and the opportunity to practice focus. Have a great day, night dawn, desk, toilet, and or nap, everyone. Thank you so much today, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day as well. Thank you for being here. Have you considered making friends with the puppers owners? Not so much so you can show the dog, but so you may pet them. No, I have decided that I don't want anything to do with any dog owner in this town because the people in this town are a bit cray cray. So even still, even if I were outside, I don't know. No, no comment. I love the puppies, but I really, I'm afraid that my opinion of the dog owners of this town has not been that great. Um, and it's kind of being reinforced, by the way, because some of the new people that moved in who let their cats out previously are now no longer outside. The ones that were here before are still out, but there's a few new ones, and I can't say. I have theories, but I don't have proof. But I can tell you that there's someone who likes to mow parking spaces, so you know. Oh, it's so silly. I'm not. I grew up with dogs, by the way. I love dogs. It's just it's the people. It's the people. For the same reason that I didn't go into working with horses. I used to work with traumatized horses because I was really good at reading their inconsistent body language. Um, but I figured out really soon that the reason these horses needed my help in the first place was because their owners were not treating them correctly, and intentionally or not, causing a lot of harm. So the moment I had quote unquote fixed the horses and they would return to their owners, they would be damaged within the week, and that was really exhausting. So I decided at that point in time I was not able to. I mean, I was a kid. I was a teenager. That I wasn't able to re-educate owners who were already not quite believing that a teenager was able to control like stallions and shit while they couldn't even control their own horses. It's usually the humans who are the problem. and I say that as a neutral word because not everyone is aware that what they're doing is not good. Just to prevent unfortunate situations, I decline. No, I'm not kidding. I have disconnected myself from this entire town. Aside from the people I already knew, like the just random people, I want nothing to do with them. My door is closed. My windows are closed. No one, no enter. It's sad, isn't it, Skulta? Because I would love to run out and cuddle all the puppies, but it's just there's something in the water here. There's something in the water here, and I mean, I don't have the energy and time to get into it, but you know how this is going to be so random, but you know how the witch hunts were not really about witches or about magic. It was about single women being empowered, and the patriarchy could not have that. So I thought, as a teenager, I would be safe from humans. The older I got, and I thought that letting my hair be gray and not caring about fashion and wearing very long skirts and looking a little bit like a grandma on a daily basis would deter men mostly from leaving me alone, from interacting with me. And I thought that the older I got, I would be left alone. But it turns out that, especially with the current political atmosphere, my existence really truly is an offense and an attack on the reality, the perceived reality of a lot of people. And it's it's really a mind fuck, isn't it? Because I truly thought that getting older, becoming a crazy old cat lady, would give me safety. But I'm turning into, I don't know what to call it even. My being single and independent and not desiring to be kept or live a lifestyle that those before me have submitted themselves to is really an offense, and it's upsetting to people. Even if I really don't care how other people live their lives, just leave me alone. I'm learning that being a single woman is offensive. Yeah, for a lot of men with a certain mindset. Me not being interested in men is what is the word I'm looking for? I'm trying to find a word, but it's almost nap time. Well, I mean, it depends where you are, Ali, but I live in a region where there is a certain a political inclination, and I was never interested in any of this. But unfortunately, my corner of the country is a little bit more extremist in its leanings than I was aware of. And those people really don't like it when women are single and independent and have no interest in the protection of men. You know what I mean? So, me not being impressed with men or scared of being alone is really, a lot of people take that very personally, it seems. But if you are living in an area where you have more people who are like-minded, then you may not feel it as much. But I feel like this is the hardest lesson that I'm learning about getting older, and it didn't have to be this way. It's just the way the world is growing. My favorite is I'm not interested in bad things. Oh, so you gay? Like what? Now, apparently, saying you're a feminist is the most effective thing to say. I have not had to try it out quite yet, but and I hope I won't. But yeah, I agree. Lulu, patriarchy is the most fragile creature to exist. But there's a lot of them here that really fully believe in it. The exact mix varies, but there's something in the water everywhere. Yeah, yeah, exactly, Topi. But I found out in a very uncomfortable way with the local elections, the last cycle. I found out that we really don't have anything in between. It's really the one side that doesn't like me. So and I really don't want to upset anyone, and it's just better to not interact with people. And it's unfortunate, but it seems like there is a certain psychology to find behind the choice of people having a dog or a cat as a pet when restricted to these two options, right? Uh, it seems that being a cat or a dog person, if you are only a cat or a dog person as opposed to an animal person, it seems like there are some consequences, especially when it comes to men choosing dogs. But this is why I need to look into men's mental health specifically, not just because I want to help people, but I need to understand what is going on here. um, and why the thing that happened to me happened. Oh no, one exactly, Ali. I'm good. I want to keep myself together and get my life in order. And we don't need other people to be happy. It's nice. It's nice to have other people, and it would be nice to have a relationship. But not. I feel like a lot of people are afraid to be alone more than they want to be in a relationship, and that's not healthy. I'm afraid. That's when they're not single by choice, so they don't understand why we are. Well, the weird thing is, Ali, that the problems I've had in my neighborhood are all most of them. I know for a fact that they have families. So why they were even bothered with me in the first place shouldn't be a difficult question to answer, but the clue lies in the fact that they had problems with me walking Winston on a leash. And yeah, apparently that was an attack on their egos. That's what it comes down to. Apparently that is an attack on their egos. And it really does lead back to the history of women being single and how that correlates with single women having cats. It's really silly. I'm in a city that has been more open and socialist since the end of World War II, but despite socialism all this time, patriarchy hasn't retired. It's just that it's not the same as a more extreme city. Oh, what happened to your little friend? I live in the country, and in the country, I feel like people are more extreme because there's a misguided sense of patriotism. And hostility, not just for immigrants, but also just people who are not from that city. That's the irony, and the thing that a lot of people who live in rural areas and have and find themselves in more extremist mindsets, you don't really decide what you feel. You decide what you think and how you respond to what you feel, but actually feeling, you don't really choose. So when you have decided that you don't like immigrants, what I think a lot of people don't understand is that now you have decided that you don't like anyone who doesn't belong to what you perceive to be your tribe, which includes people, especially in smaller towns, that aren't from your town. So what I have experienced, and I've moved around a lot, is that in small towns, people are really hostile to outsiders when they are also opposed to immigration. Cities are in general, a lot more welcoming on all fronts. But that's my experience, and I don't know. I don't know. I'm also autistic, so I might have influenced the response that people have on me in other ways. Yeah, Lulu. Yeah, it was definitely a choice because he left and then came back. But it wasn't just one man. Remember, it really was an accumulation of like a year's worth of every man in this area with a dog that I encountered, feeling like I was challenging them with my asking for safety. It's really interesting, and I can't wait for the chapter to feel a little bit more closed once the court case has passed. And I can't predict what kind of emotion is going to come from that because I've never been through anything like this. So, but I know that there's still things that are feeling stuck because there's no closure, right? People in the country tend to be more right-leaning, less educated, and so on. Yeah, this, Lulu, this. And it is baffling to me that they don't see how there is no distinction. If you have decided that there is an other, that there is people, that there are people out there who belong to the tag other, your heart doesn't understand the difference between an immigrant and someone who just moves to your town who is from the same descent. Your heart doesn't know the difference. Once you have decided to think in us and them, it's really a slippery slope. Yeah, that as well. Like, I mean, why? I mean, I know why, but also choose love. Choose love. Always choose love. And if you don't like someone, you don't have to interact. The world is big enough. Just make space for each other. Leave each other be. I feel like a person who's bothered by a woman walking a cat is searching for any reason not to kill their loved ones and then themselves. I have to agree, Dopey. It's very dark and it goes very deep. So much reading to be done. So much reading to be done. So, in case you have anything that could teach me a little bit about this distortion, please let me know. Imagine going into a rage because a woman is walking a cat. Imagine, but this is the thing. I do feel bad for these men, but at the same time, what the fuck? What the fuck? The problem with otherness, yeah, is one topic I started addressing in my newest poem, which is why it takes me so long to get out. I have it in a bunch of socio-political comments, including this weird otherness and intersection and so on. The thing I imagine, and I don't mean to compare humans with dogs, but the thing that always comes to mind when I realize that people have divided the world into us and them is that, for one, think of depression. It's not like you don't want to feel good things, but when you're depressed, you're depressed. All of it is bad. And if you go numb, you don't decide to just not feel the bad things. You don't feel the good things either. You go numb. When you let in hate, you don't choose what to hate anymore. You may think you do, but you don't. You have now allowed emotion to lead. And when it comes down to it, you will feel attacked by everyone who is not your immediate loved one. Even friends will no longer count when it comes down to it. In America, it is expected that a man or a woman will be married by the time they are 30 years old. Being 35 and single, but people think you must be gay. If only that was a choice. Oh no. Yeah, no, I'm 34, so I'm definitely, and I guess also just an attack on the status quo, right? You're not following the road that has been laid out for you if you don't have a relationship and kids and the mortgage and more debt than is necessary by the time you're 30. So I don't know. I have my perspective of transitioning across that gender binary, and I will say this: the manosphere demands that you be successful, and if you're not, you support those that are. In spite of all others, I don't think that's a healthy way to live. I will say this, though, a lot of anti-trans hate that is targeted at trans femme boils down to, how can you want to be a woman in this world? Clearly, you're just being dishonest. Interesting. I've been thinking about watching the documentary about the manosphere, but I'm afraid that I will not be able to deal. I think it's going to be upsetting. Hi, Mr. Alexan. Um, I think a lot of people subconsciously believe in it. I think there is something there about when you've reached 30 and you don't have kids and a marriage. I do feel like a lot of people have some hidden bias, if not conscious. Hi. Hmm. Lots of food for thought. Lots of food for thought. Hi, Prophet. Oh my gosh, I need to go. I'm realizing that I feel like I'm talking, but I'm not actually using my voice. We're a little bit later. I need to go lie down for my first sleep of the day. I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry if you just came in. I will be back tomorrow, and I will continue reading this book, which is also dealing with masculinity in a very interesting way. I love you. You are important. And life is not as easy as we thought it would be when we were kids. The cake is a lie, but it's going to be okay. All right? I'm going to lay down. I have to process a few things that I have just been told as well. I'm so sorry. I'll let you know how it goes. And keep it coming. I'd like to hear your thoughts. It's just that at the end of the day, I need a moment to process. You are important. Don't forget, okay? Don't forget to drink water either. Almost became British. Ooh, he got up. Okay. Um, if all you did today was just hang and chat, I'm proud of you. You made it. Okay? I hope to see you soon. Don't worry, it's all gonna be okay. And if not, we'll just make it so. I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.